Rabies, a deadly illness contracted from animals like dogs, bats, and foxes. If you're an animal lover or you keep dogs as pets, you've got to be careful because if an infected animal bites you, the saliva may get mixed with your blood, which can make you a victim of rabies. The symptoms start with flu-like feelings like headache and fever, but when it enters deep into your body system, you may begin to drool saliva like a hungry dog, and in worst cases, paralysis and coma may even follow. Kuru, a rare illness prevalent among the 4 people of Papua New Guinea. These guys have a disturbing culture of eating the brains of anyone who dies among them in the name of funeral rites. That sounds creepy, right? And that's where they get the Kuru illness from. You see, the brain of a dead human contains prion proteins, which lead to brain degeneration. So if you eat it, you may begin to experience loss of coordination and emotional instability, and your laughter may start to get out of hand also. This is followed by total loss of muscle control and inability to speak or eat. Nipah virus, a deadly virus that is transmitted from droppings of animals like bats or pigs to humans. The thing is, bats find comfort around fruity trees, and they sometimes poop on these fruits. If you then eat these fruits, you're putting yourself at risk of contacting the Nipah virus. So make sure you wash your fruits thoroughly before eating. The effects start with a nasty flu with a spice of muscle pain. Then it graduates to difficulty breathing, and if that persists, a coma is definitely somewhere around the corner. Blastomycosis, a rare fungal infection that settles in moist soil and decomposing wood. It is very deadly, so much so that all you need to do is inhale the scent that comes off from it, and boom, you've got an infection. So whenever you're passing by a river or lake, make sure you use your nose mask for protection. If infected, you may start to notice symptoms of cough and little muscle aches. But it can get worse, lead to lung infections, and even affect the central nervous system. Trypanosomiasis, an illness known to make you sleep without control. Those around you may even mistake you to be dead for a second. It all starts with a bite from the notorious tsetse fly, which transmits the trypanosoma parasites to your system. After some time, you may begin to feel feverish and your joints may start to ache. If proper care is not taken, your entire system may start to lose coordination, followed by drowsiness and excessive sleepiness. If you leave these symptoms untreated, the sleepiness may result in a coma, and you may die while people around you are waiting for you to wake up from your sleep. Porphyria, a very rare and weird illness that stems from a natural cause. When a buildup of natural chemicals that produce porphyrin occurs, it affects your body's ability to produce heme, and this can tell a ton on your skin and nervous system. The symptoms may appear as abdominal pain, excessive vomiting, and a high sensitivity to sunlight. However, things can go south, and you may experience nerve damage, weakness of muscles, and mental disturbances. All these effects can eventually threaten your life, especially if you do not seek medical attention early enough. Cysticercosis, a parasitic infection that is most likely experienced by pork eaters. If you love to eat meat from pigs, then you are a potential victim. This infection is caused by the larvae of the tapeworm found in pork. So if you eat infected pork, you're in for some pain. Let's start with lumps in your muscles that will give you excruciating pain. Or if you're unlucky and these parasites find their way to your brain, then you could face a series of confusion, seizures, and even a stroke. Alkaptonuria, also known as black urine disease. It's caused by a rare genetic disorder that is inherited from both parents. When the homogentisate 1,2-dioxygenase enzyme is deficient in the body, it leads to the buildup of homogentisic acid. And this can cause a darkening of a child's urine. So if you notice a child whose urine tilts towards the black color, get him some help, because if left that way, it can lead to ochronosis, which is responsible for the change in color of the ears and eyes bluish black, making a human being look like some sort of alien, one who might die soon anyway. Fournier Gangrene, a rare but deadly condition that affects the genital part. This menace spreads like a flash and needs urgent attention. If you're wondering what the cause is, then picking on one thing might be misleading, as this infection is polymicrobial in nature. This means that it is caused by a mix of bacteria that can penetrate the body through surgical wounds or even minor injuries. If you have a weak immune system, then this bacteria infection can kill you in no time. Symptoms may begin with severe pain and swelling in the genital area. Then fever follows before the tissues around the area begin to die and leave the area with red, dark purple, or black patches. In the worst scenario, organ failure may occur, which may lead to eventual death. Toxoplasmosis, another parasitic infection that quickly spreads through contaminated water, undercooked meat, and droppings from cats. If you're a kitten lover, you have to be careful because your lovely kitten may bring you harm unintentionally. This parasite thrives more in bodies with weak immune systems, and once it finds its way into the body, it can hit you first with fever and muscle aches, followed by several other health complications. The very worst operation of this parasite is in pregnant women. They stand the risk of a miscarriage, stillbirth, or damaging the eyes and brain of the fetus. Transverse myelitis, a rare inflammatory illness that affects the spinal cord and can lead to death if care is not taken. The thing is, the real cause is still a mystery, but a few times it has been traced to the presence of infections and autoimmune diseases. People dealing with this illness often experience shooting pain in the back, muscle pains, and feelings of numbness. Sometimes the affected people may be unable to control their urination. Ultimately, this ailment can lead to severe spinal cord issues. Acromegaly, a terrible hormonal disorder sponsored by an excessive growth hormone. What happens is a benign tumor grows on this pituitary gland, and this leads to the enlargement of bones and body tissues. This illness can be dangerous and life-threatening. So if you notice that your shoe size suddenly shoots up in a very awkward way, you may want to quickly get medical help. The symptoms can manifest more through the protruding of jaw and brow bones, and the skin may also get thicker. However, the ultimate effect of this is the reduction of life expectancy. Polyarteritis Nodosa, a nuisance of an illness that involves the body attacking itself. It is an autoimmune disease, which means that for one weird reason or another, the body's immune system begins to attack its own arteries. Take it as the soldiers of a nation who are supposed to attack enemy threats, turning on their own people and spraying them with bullets. The trigger is often unknown, but hepatitis B patients are known to be more prone to having this illness. The symptoms often start with drastic weight loss and excessive fatigue, but things worsen with abdominal pain, high blood pressure, and kidney and other organ issues, which may later lead to death. Leptospirosis, a rare illness sponsored by man's most hated domestic intruder, rats. You should do all you can to get rid of these nuisances from your home before they infect you with this terrible illness and lead you to an early grave. The urine of rats contains deadly bacteria that, if contracted by humans, can lead to a series of symptoms, including banging headaches and feverish feelings, plus a dose of muscle aches. If left untreated, it can escalate to organ failure, internal bleeding, and meningitis. Yeah, that stuff that sticks to your neck to one position. And these are not even as bad as knowing that an infected person may actually die from this infection. Tularaemia. Call this one rabbit fever. Bunny lovers, it's a not so good way to know that your favorite garden buddy may be a carrier of what could kill you. Tularaemia is a deadly illness that spreads through infected animals, mostly rabbits. Any contact with their fur, saliva, or droppings may be an entry point to your body. This is how you'll know you're already carrying this stuff in your body. Slight fever accompanied by chronic headache with a little touch of pneumonia. If you're unlucky enough, your skin can also develop an ulcer, and worse still, a partial numbness on your face. Yeah, you'll begin to not feel your face anymore.